Hi guys, Angie Bell with My Fairy Treasures. Okay, you guys, I've been wanting to do this project for so long. This is going to be a Finnabar inspired piece, and we're going to Finnabar or salvaged art this dress form, and this is a dress form that I got at a thrift store. God, like 6-7 years ago, and I've always wanted to Finnabar it. I call it Finnabaring. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you're going to see very soon here what I'm talking about. Or I call it salvaged art also. So I took this this piece here, and I E6000'd it onto the bottom so that we have a nice stand for this dress form to stand on. See, so it'll stand like that. But this thing is way too big for this camera and all of that. So let me see if I can come up a little bit more. So I'll have to work with it to the side like this because it's way too long. And if it sticks out, it'll stick out and I can't get... It sticks out to where I'm facing and where I'm sitting. So anyway, you understand what I'm saying. I marked right here so that I don't go pretty much too past this, because here's going to be a skirt. And let me show you what we're going for. Okay. I have it on my phone, my old phone. A picture I took, it was at the CHA, and I saw, was it Prisma? No, not Prisma, Prima, had like Finnabar styled these dress forms, so I want to show it to you. Just a second. It's absolutely gorgeous, and this is what I want to do. So this is my inspiration. Isn't that fabulous? Let me kind of get up close. There we go. Isn't that gorgeous? I even want to find some wings so I can make it into like a little fairy. Okay, now I'm going to go this way with it. Look at the skirt part. Isn't that fabulous? So I have a skirt that's going to go on the bottom half of it. And they glue all kinds of things. Flowers and a tape measure and a little window right there. Let me show you one more picture. That's the middle of it. I absolutely love it. I'll show you another one. This is another style of that too. Isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful. That's more of a maybe a shabby chic, more vintagey one. The other one's a little bit more steampunky. And the one I want to do is more steampunk on this one. Here it is again. Look how fab. Look at that skirt. Absolutely love this. I'm trying to get it in the camera. Sorry I'm moving so much. I'm just trying to get it so you can see it. So there's that. There's that, and there's that. So that's what we're going for. That's what I want to create, and that's what I was inspired by. Was at CHA. Prima had done that. So very inspired. I've been wanting to turn this in. I have 3 more of these, so you'll be seeing these projects, more of them. Then I have this skirt that I made. I took a piece of fabric, and the skirt is going to be tied on, because I did like a stitch like this. Let me show you. Like that type of stitch. So on both ends, see, I left 2 strings out. I can put the skirt on and then tie it in the back. And the skirt is all, there we go. So the skirt's going to look like that. Let me show you. And then at the bottom, I put lace there at the bottom too. And it'll go well over that, over the little stand that I glued it onto. And then I put this on the edge of the skirt. Isn't that gorgeous? I sewed all that together on the edge. This will all be coffee dyed. And hopefully really unevenly coffee dyed. Because I want it to look very steampunk and very vintage. So it's going to be a lot darker than that when we're done. I'll probably even spray some coffee stains on here so this grunges this up. Also, when we get to this part, we will be adding all kinds of things onto it. We'll be adding on pieces of doily. We'll be adding on some burlap in places. We'll be adding on this cheesy cloth type of stuff. So we'll be adding a bunch of stuff. And then we'll be like how you saw them, how they put windows on there, beads, jewelry bits, all kinds of fun stuff. So that's what we're heading towards. I wanted to share that with you so we know where we're going. So let's start on this top part. We're going to start putting all kinds of music note, newspaper like I always do. We're going to then add some of this. So I want a lot of texture on this upper part. And then after that, we'll gesso it, and then we can do some sprays, like some different brown sprays on it. So, step by step though, there's a lot of steps. So I may be working on this project for a little while. Okay, you know what, I gotta stir up my glue here, just a second. I'm using some, what am I using? Some homemade Mod Podge. I've been wanting to do this project for years, and when I saw Prima at CHA, which is now called Creativations, it's like the big convention of the year for like things like Prima or Tim Holtz to show off their new products. So if you don't know what CHA is, which is the old name, it's now called Creativations. A lot of people know about it, but some people don't. They're like, what's Creativations? What's CHA? So, all right, so now we're going to start putting collaging bits all over this. We're going to create some texture here, but at the same time, we do want to keep the form. In fact, can I, just a second, and I'll stand, I want to bring this down, because all we're working with is this part right here. I don't need to work with anything else. No, we've got to work about right there. Let's see if we can bring this up a little bit and be able to bring that back. Okay, there we go. This is really different working with such a big piece. It's really different working with such a big piece and then trying to be under the camera and be in, okay, let's see, glue down and be in frame. That's what I'm trying to say. You know, maybe this doesn't want to go this way. Maybe it wants to go this way. Yep, that's the way it wants to go. Okay, it's laying down now. Sometimes you got to go with the flow. I hope everyone out there is doing good, trying to stay healthy and stay safe. And most of us have been shut down, and we're not allowed to work. So I hope you're finding something to make yourself happy. I'm hoping that this project right here inspires you to do something like that, or even just get a project out that you've been looking at for a while, that you've been wanting to do and you haven't done it. Or inspires you to start a new craft that you've been wanting to do and you haven't done it. So, let's also throw some music note paper. It's actually not going to matter what paper I throw on here, because you're not going to see the paper when we're all done. You're just going to see texture and color. So I might just stick with the music, with the book note pages, because you're not going to really see it. Okay. And then after we kind of cover this whole thing, then we're going to, excuse me, you guys, I know I'm going over her breastises. It's kind of obnoxious, but it's a dress form. It's a woman's dress form. It's what we need to do. So, after we apply all this paper on here, we're going to then start applying some more texture, which will be the I think we have to go smaller right here. Yeah, we do. Which will be like the cheesecloth and maybe some burlap. Yeah, over these kind of parts, I'm realizing I got to much smaller pieces so that they lay down. And I have a bunch of small pieces I don't even have to tear, so I need to grab those out. I have a bunch of small pieces that I hadn't even been using, so here we go. Let's use these small little bits. And right now what we'll do is we'll just do this one side, and then I'll do the other side, her back side, off camera. And then I'll come back to you and we will start on the skirt. So if you have a dress form, and you know, the techniques I'm using for this, you can do it on anything, to cover anything, you can Finnabar anything. So if you have something at your house that you've been wanting to do something with, get that out. It doesn't have to be a dress form. You can just get these ideas and then go use these ideas on whatever you want to Finnabar. And at first I was going to take jewelry bits and do jewelry bits all over this. But then I realized, you know, if I do jewelry bits, I'm going to lose the form. So, and I don't want to lose her form. I just want to add color and texture up here. So this whole thing will be like the top. And then we'll have that skirt flowing. There we go. Okay. There we go. Nothing makes me more relaxed, you guys, than just gluing paper down. I love to collage paper down. I think it's a lot of fun. I usually like to work with bigger bits, especially when I'm making backgrounds for my art journal pages. But in this case, because we're following a form, we need to use smaller pieces. There we go. Because of the roundness right here, and I'm not trying to be crude, because of the roundness right here, I'm not going to put any paper right there. It'll be covered up because when we're done adding all this texture up here, I'll use gesso, and then from there we'll spray all kinds of cool browns, so it'll be all aged looking for her top. Okay. I'm going to work this side here. And actually, I'm not going to, well, can I turn this to the side? Oh yeah, I'll be able to turn that to the side. Perfect. I don't know if I could be able to turn that to the side for you guys to be able to see, but yes, I can turn that to the side. Okay, very good. Very good. So you can use these same techniques, like suppose you have a box that you've always wanted to like cover and you like the techniques I'm doing, you can use those same, what I'm doing, the same techniques on a box. On anything. And if you have a dress form that you've been wanting to do, hope I'm giving you some inspiration for that. I found three other dress forms. They're a little bit smaller than this one, but I found three others. Okay, I'm going to turn this around so you guys can see it in just a second. I found three others at, where did I find them at? Joann's. And I got such a good deal on them. They were really like $10. I got them for like $1.99. I think they're regularly like $10 or $12. Wasn't looking for them, just happened to go buy them, and I was like, oh my goodness. So I think it was like the after Christmas sale. Yeah, I think that's when I picked them up for that price. They're clearancing a lot of stuff out for Christmas, which that wasn't a Christmas item, but you know, they were clearancing stuff out. So, and once we can all, you know, resume back to our normal life, if you're looking for dress forms, you can usually find them at the thrift stores, especially the paper mache ones like this. Also, you can find them at thrift stores, and that's where I did find this one at, and I probably paid a couple bucks for it. So okay, so there we go with that. Let's go back here and fill this part in. Better make sure I'm in frame. And try to have a baby wipe next to you, or a paper towel that's moistened, because you will get yourself kind of gluey here. Okay. And you guys stay tuned. I have a lot of mixed media videos coming. I'm going to be doing a lot of this type of work, like Finnabar type of style work. I got so many things I want to Finnabar. And then also I'll be working in my art journal. So all this is mixed media. So a lot of mixed media projects coming up. I want to do my part to help us all stay entertained and inspired and learning and keeping us happy. And I think a lot of us who are creatives, we're happiest when we're creating, right? So there we go. And you guys, I will be popping on here and there doing color with me. Basically, it's a color with me and craft with me. I just did one the other day, a live. So just kind of keep your eye out for those. They'll be popping up here and there. I'm turning her to the other side. Sorry, guys. So let me get back in frame and reorganize myself. Just a second. Okay, I did that perfectly. I didn't know if I was in frame or not. And surprisingly, I was. Okay. This is the first time I've done a lot of Finnabar work, but I've never done a dress form. So excited. So excited too, because I've been wanting to do this since January, when I saw Creativations, when I saw Prima. I said, that's what I want to do with my dress forms. I had another idea what to do with my dress form. I was going to do shabby chic and vintage with them, which these are vintagey. Where did I just put my baby wipe? I just told you guys about the baby wipe, and now I don't know. Oh, there it is. So when I seen it, I was like, oh. So I've been wanting to do it for a while. So what I'm doing a lot is, I told you guys that I wanted to do, this month is my birthday. So I wanted to do projects that I wanted to do for myself. So these are gifts to myself. So, because you know, so many times you're like, oh, I want to get to that project. I want to get to that project. So I'm doing those projects that I have been wanting to get to. And they're just little gifts to myself. So I think this time that we're under some high stress, gift yourself some things. If you've been wanting to, whatever it is, you know, whatever you've been wanting to do or work on, pull it out and do it. And gift yourself. So I'm so excited. As I keep doing this, I'm just getting more excited about this project that I'm working on. Very excited. All right, make sure you guys are still seeing me well. Let's see if I need to rearrange. Can you see? Okay, let me turn this, well, just a second. You guys may not be able to see me do this one little part here. Let me fill that in, and then we'll turn her to the side, okay? Yeah, I know I'm not going to be in frame for a second. You guys might not see this, so just bear with me for just a minute. And you guys have the magic of TV. You can just fast forward. But it's going to be so quick. I wouldn't even fast forward, actually. I only have like a couple of pieces I have to put on. Okay. Okay, now let me put a little thing on the shoulder here, and then I'll turn this to the side so you guys can see what I'm doing. Let me grab a few more bits. Okay. I'll put another bit on right here. You'll be able to see it right there. Just a second, I'm cleaning off my brush. I'm kind of getting glue everywhere. Okay, so now, let's see if that's going to fold over. Okay, so now let me go ahead and turn this up like this. Ooh, oh well, I'm going to get a little glue on my mat, but that's why I have a glass mat, so I can wipe it off. All right, so we're going to work on this side. I'm trying to get it to, maybe I can get it to lean up against something. Just a second, let me see. Let's see if I can get it to lean up against this. Nope, I can't. I don't know why. Oh, I'll just hold it while I do it. No major. The other side, it just, it balanced really nice. That's weird. No major. We'll just do it like this. All right, let's get some glue going on this side. So we're all glued up. Lots of glue. Okay. And let's start putting some little bits in. And then after this is going to be some texture. But not too much texture where we lose the form. Because that was the thing I was, like I said, I was going to, it's very Finnabar to just take a bunch of jewelry bits and start following whatever the form is. Like if it's a box or if it's a heart or if it's a, whatever it is. But I started looking, I was starting to do it and I noticed I was starting to lose the form of the dress form. I want it to look like a body. I don't want to lose that. So that's when I thought, you know what? I just need to create texture. So it looks like, this looks like it's a whole top. That's what it's going to look like. That's what I'm going for. So we're creating her top. And we're starting out with my favorite thing, little collage bits. I'm going to show you guys my little, this is just one of my plastic containers of collage bits. And I have them all labeled, all my collage bits. I have them in these like Tupperware, rectangular type of containers that I get from Dollar Tree. And I buy tons of them because they just organize all my collage bits and a bunch of my crafty stuff. I'll show you because then you can look for them. When we're all allowed to go back out, you can look for them. They always have them. You know what? I want to just glue a piece of paper there. And I know we can go out and get groceries, so I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I don't want to encourage shopping when we're not really supposed to be out shopping. We're out, you know, only get our necessities. So anyway, all right. I won't even go there. I know that a lot of people are upset about that whole thing. So, okay. So now this is where we're at. We got all this covered. You know, let me wipe my mat. So just a second, guys. I gotta wipe my glass mat. Oh, I cannot tell you how much I love this glass mat. Just to be able to take your mess and just wipe it up like that. It's just fabulous. Let me put another piece right here. I love that big old chunk of paper right there. Just a second. All right, let me get my thing cleaned up. Okay. I like to make a mess, but I don't like gluey, sticky stuff to be on my hands forever at all. I don't mind paint, but not glue. That's why I like always have this baby wipe out when I'm doing stuff like this. We're gonna add a little bit more texture right in through here with the paper. All right, we're going to do our next layer of texture, which is going to be some pattern paper. And I have that. I was going to show you my little, let me move this to the side. Here's my little thing like this. Isn't this fabulous? And it comes with, so this is all full of little collage bits like that, of book note pages, music notes, this really cool writing here from some other country, I'm not sure, some pattern paper, and it's just a bunch of those bits. See? Look how fabulous that is. And this is what the top looks like. So it's a rectangular piece. It's about that thick. You can also get ones that are a little bit deeper than this, and I have both. So just wanted to show you that so you can, it's a great way to organize your collage bits. Let me put this collage bits down on the ground because I don't think I'm going to need those exactly right now anymore. Okay. So now to create another layer of texture, but still being able to follow the form, I'm going to use some pattern paper. And what I love about the pattern paper, let me get the edges off of here. What I love about the pattern paper is when it gets on here, it kind of wrinkles, which is exactly what we want. We want it to wrinkle to get some texture going, more texture. Okay. And you can even wrinkle up the pattern paper in your hand a little bit and then put it on. So just make sure you start the wrinkles. There we go. I like that better. So take your pattern paper and just go like that, undo it, and then glue it on. And that'll just get you even a little bit more wrinkles. Get your wrinkles going. You know how they have videos on how to get your napkins done, put on perfectly? You'll never see me do that. I don't want my napkins or my tissue paper or my pattern paper on perfectly. I use stuff like this for texture. That's just another layer of texture. So take my pattern paper, go like that, and then rip it up in little bits. Okay. And because it's more like a napkin and so thin, it's going to really conform a lot better, easier to your dress form. In fact, I'll be able to go over the breastises a lot easier now. There we go. Because it'll just conform. There we go. And we got the wrinkles in there, which is perfect with what we wanted to do. We want wrinkly breasts. Just kidding. I can help myself. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Some people, hopefully you have my type of humor. My humor can be a little different. A lot of funny things like that strike me funny. Anyway, I hope they do you too. Okay. We're going to turn this to the side. And let's do this to the side now. Let's make sure I'm in frame. Yes, we are. I don't want to do a big piece. Let's do like that there. and then we'll do this little piece here. We'll cut this up into 2 pieces. There we go. And I'll do the back side off camera, and when I come back, we'll be ready to this. I'll have this already kills, or I'll there's a thing called kills you can use, but you what's the word? Gesso. I'll have this all gessoed so we can then use some sprays and maybe some watered down acrylic paint to put the color on here, and then we'll start on the skirt part. Okay. And the reason I'll gesso it before I come back on is because the gesso takes a little bit to dry. It'll be another good point to return to for you guys to see. So this will be a great project. This will be quite a few different videos. So just be looking out for part 2, part 3, part 4. It'll probably be a 5 or 6 parter. Because things like this, I mean, I want you to see how I'm doing it in real time. For the most part, you're going to see in real time. Some things I'm going to not be able to do on camera, but I'll have to explain what I did. And these things take time. You have to let things dry. Like after we're done with this, I got to let all this dry. And best overnight, so. Okay. Fabulous. Oh, I see a little piece right over here that needs to be done. There we go. Get some nice texture going everywhere. So back to the front here. Okay, so the next layer that we want to put on here, let me look and see how much time we're at. Where is the time situation? Okay, you guys might be on to part two right now. The video probably is going to change over, so just head to part 2. Hopefully it didn't already change and I didn't give you guys a forewarning. I usually try to